Hello everybody, it's Bob Hamill here back at my house, Wilmington. We are going to do a show for All About Flavors, that show that I love to do. Basically, the theme of the show is we try and let the natural flavors of what we're preparing come out. No sugars, no salts, no sauces, yada, yada, yada. I say that all the time, but it's true. So what I'm going to do today is a preparation that I used to do a long time ago for my previous dog named Pepperoo. These are going to be a sweet potato, molasses, and oats treat. It's like a little dog treat, a little cookie. And it's all natural stuff, just 6 ingredients. We've got whole wheat flour, molasses, rolled oats, some butter and cinnamon, and sweet potatoes. And so what I need to do, I've cut them. They're all about this big. Try to get them to be about the same size. And why is that? Well, so they cook the same. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some water boiling here. I'm going to throw it in, cover it up. Let those guys cook. And once they're done, we're going to take them back out and put them in the food processor, mash them up real good, make a puree of sorts, and then mix all these other ingredients. So we're going to let that cook for a minute, and we'll be back. So what I'm going to do while the sweet potatoes are cooking, I'm going to assemble the rest of the ingredients here. I've got 3 cups of whole wheat flour. You don't need whole wheat. You could use all-purpose, but I think the recipe calls for whole wheat, and we have it, so why not? Now I've got half a cup of rolled oats. They go in. They're going to give it some texture. Some cinnamon, like a quarter, maybe a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. And some molasses and butter. I'm going to need to get this in here. This is how much? This is a quarter cup of molasses. This is going to be the sweet element. And I said, they're, not just for dogs. You can treat on these too if you want, because it's all good stuff. Matter of fact, we have some friends that we made them for. They had a Saint Bernard named Susie, and Robin left the dog treats in her car, and her husband Barney was in the car one day and said to Robin, "Hey, those cookies that the Hamills gave you, they're pretty good." She says, "Barney, those were for the dog." And he said, "Oh, well, they were good." So now we got 3 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm going to try and mash that in. It'll soften up once the sweet potatoes get in here. So I may not just do much with this at the moment, because the sweet potatoes will heat everything up. So anyways, let's let this kind of come together, and I'll check on my sweet potatoes in a minute. They're going to probably need about 5 minutes or so, so let's let that go so I can do some cleanup, and I'll be right back. See you in a minute. So it's been about 5 minutes now, and I've just checked the sweet potatoes, and I think they're done. Let's check one more time. They've been boiling pretty well. If you can stick a fork in it and it goes through like that, they're done. Okay, so let's pull these off. I've got a colander set up in the sink. We're going to drain these. You don't need to save the water. All right. And now Let's put these in the food processor. But before we do that, as I've said many, many times, we belong to a farm share, Farmer Dave's out in Dracut, and it's really amazing, amazing produce. And the guys just does wonderful, wonderful things for the community. But when you look at sweet potatoes and you think, okay, you know, I've seen some small ones and big ones. Well, I want to show you. This is one we got in our farm share. This is about half of a sweet potato. So you can see how big this thing is. In comparison, let's take a look. This is my shoe, my winter shoe. Look at how they compare. They're about the same size. And this is only half of the sweet potato. So if you belong to a farm share and you want to get some really, really good stuff, I would suggest Farmer Dave, and just, you know, look out for the boot size sweet potatoes. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this thing, but I'll use it somewhere, sometime. Okay, enough of that. Let's get our puree going here. So my sweet potatoes go in. I'm going to cover it up and let that go. Now I peeled the sweet potatoes. I've done it in the past where you don't really need to peel them because the skin will dissolve. So we're going to let that go for another minute or so till it all purees. And so I won't have to yell over the sound of it. Back in a minute. Okay, so my sweet potato looks pretty pureed. That looks good. Take it off the blade. Try and use up every bit of it. All right, so this is supposedly 3 cups worth of sweet potato. It might be a little bit more than that, but if it is too loose of a dough, I'll just get some more flour and add to it. This is one of those recipes that you can just eyeball and not have to worry too much about it. All right, I'm going to take this and put it in the sink and clean up, and back in a minute. We're going to have to let this cool down for a minute before I can start sticking my hands in it, because otherwise I'll burn myself. Okay, I think it's been about 10 minutes maybe. So this is cooled down enough. I'm going to start mixing it in. And it's still steaming, so it's got some ways to go. But the oats and the flour should be able to make it mix up nicely. The butter will start melting. This may take a little while and some work. Okay, here we go. Going in. Yeah, how's that look? So it actually smells really good because you can smell the cinnamon, you can smell the molasses. The puree will be really nice. There's a little bit of dough at the bottom of the bowl here. I made a little bit of flour. It's all coming together. I don't think I'm going to need any more flour. This should be just the right amount. You can see there's just a little bit of flour in the bottom. think once I get this off my fingers, I think we're going to have to add a little bit of flour just to tighten this up, because I don't think this will roll out very well. Sticky. But good. It's got flavor. All right, I'm going to clean up, get some flour, and go back in. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've got my wheat flour here. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time just to dust it. And hopefully that will be just the right amount to make this more bread doughy. I would say that has come together nicely. The proof will be when I get my rolling pin and I lay down a bit of this and see what happens. It may work, it may not. We'll find out. Let's see. You want a rolling pin? This is a rolling pin. This is one of my favorite toys. So I'm going to put some flour down on the counter. Spread it out a little bit. You also want to put a little bit on your pin. And what's the reason? Well, you don't want the dough to stick to the rolling pin. All right, so let's take a little bit out, see how it works. I'm going to coat it a little bit on both sides. And now, let's put that there. Now let's just gently, very gently, roll it out. There we go. Look at that. It did what it was supposed to do. So, what do you do next? Well, I got a cookie cutter. It's a little dog treat cutter. Let's cut some dog treats. I'll lay them out. When I used to do this, I didn't get this fancy. I just would roll them into a ball, roll it into like a log, and then just cut little pieces off. I may do that too. But for the moment, let's make some pretty little cookies. Now these pieces over here, we're just going to roll those all up again. Don't they look cute? My friend Angela's dogs are going to love these. They don't know they're getting them yet. Again, get it all nice and floury. All right. Take the pin. Back we go. Just Back and forth, doesn't have to go too far. Now we're going to make some bigger treats. Why? Because this takes a long time. Okay. Ready? Okay, I got the last of my mix here. Add it to the stuff I already have. And now for this, if I keep cutting little dog treats, I'm just going to keep having little loose ends. And I don't really want to keep doing that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take this one, and we're going to do it a little bit different. Just going to take it, firm it up, and roll it out. Cut off little bits. There we go. Just line these up. Should cook about the same amount of time. Some of these are big. There we go. Okay, there we go. We've got, you can see, we've got quite a few dozen here. Oven's been going for about 5 minutes or so, 350 degrees. I got 2 racks. Let's drop them in. Set my watch. Okay, I'll check them in about 5 minutes, see how they're doing. So I'm going to clean up, and then we'll be right back. Okay, again, how many minutes has it been? About 8 minutes since I put them in the oven. Let's take a look, see how they're doing. All right, here we have. Let's take a look at those. Are they good? Yeah, they're good. They're hard, but they're not over baked. So that looks pretty good. Let's get our other ones out. How do they look? They look pretty darn good too. Okay, let's turn off the oven. Let's see. Yeah, they're cooked all the way through. And they look like they're going to be really good. How do I know? Well, in the past, I have eaten these, and they were delicious. You can eat them. So what do we got left to do? Well, I think since it's almost Christmas time, when these cool down, we're going to make a little Christmas package for my friend Angela's pups. Okay? Back in a minute. Say hello to my friend, Mr. Sweet Potato. Gonna let these cool? Back in a minute. All right, these have sufficiently cooled down. I'm gonna put together a little package for my friend Angela's dachshunds, Sully, Sasha, Jet, and Eddie. So try a couple of each. 2, 3, 4, and we'll go with a couple of the big ones. Let's put this together. Get my ribbon out. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look. This is a treat for the pups for Christmas time. These are sweet potato and molasses, cinnamon, rolled oats, dog treats. So that's it for today. I'm Bob Hamill. At our house, it's all about the flavors. Everybody have a great Christmas, and we'll see you in January. Take care. Bye. Ruby. Hi. Come here. You want a treat? Yeah? Okay. Here you go. Nope.